Hey guys, Ron here. It's Wednesday the 6th. Another huge storm on the way. 14 to 22 inches of snow. But I got another experiment I'm working on. This this i7 6700 is driving me crazy. I'm going to take that chip off that EVGA board, the Z170. I'm going to put it on an H110 that I built in one of those little tiny setups with a $39 CPU. It's an 1151 socket. From what I can tell, it should work. That'll tell me if it's a problem with the motherboard or the graphics. This motherboard also, it works fine with 16 gigs of memory, but I can't get dual channel memory to work. It's like half the PCI lanes are not working or something. Like the memory lanes, I can't quite figure it out. And I can't get internal graphics to work. I've updated the BIOS, I've updated the drivers from Intel. Everything should work. It should absolutely work, but it doesn't. So we're going to take this all apart, put that cooler back in the box, put that motherboard back in the box, take that chip out of there and put it in a little H110 gigabyte that's in that little teeny build I did a while ago. It's an ITX mini. It's a micro, sorry, it's micro ITX. Actually, technically, micro is smaller than mini, but in computers it's backwards. Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is lay this down, take this apart, and get this chip out of here. And I'll bring over the little system. Just take this apart, put this case on the side, power supply, everything else, keep it stashed. I got a good SSD in there, so it frees up some parts. Alright, keep you posted. Alright guys, so you ever pull a cooler out? And I got a sore throat from the snow, so it's cold and crap. You pull it out and the CPU comes right out of the socket with it. I've had that happen one time with a Ryzen and a Deep Cool Captain cooler, which is one of my favorites. Terrific setup. But this one, I've been sort of twisting it and rocking a little bit to see if we can break it free. Yeah, so we got to clean all this off. Got to clean all this crap off of here. Alright, I guess we should just take the whole thing apart. Alright, we'll be back. You know you have a good screwdriver when it sits in the screw and it stays there. Anyway, we're getting all these nuts out of here and screws. All the cables are disconnected. I figured I'll leave the chip until I get the board out and then do that separate. Alright guys. So what's really cool about this board is I/O cover. They're doing it now, but this board's probably 2-3 years old, this model. It was way ahead of its time. Good thinking. So he's ready to go. An audio connector on here still. I mean, what a little chip for all that power, huh? Amazing. Okay, that was a quick 5 minutes. Get this thing in. And very important, get the I/O shield. Very, very hard to do. Very special technique. There you go. Ready to go. A lot easier than putting them in. There's a nice one. It's padded, no metal fingers in it. Cut your fingers open. The fake grounds. This is really good. He was way ahead of his time. Alright, I'm going to put all this away and go get the other machine. Get some rubbing alcohol and clean off the CPU and get it out of there. Rebox the Hyper 212 and then go get the other machine and switch to CPU. Good experiment. I mean, the 110, you can't overclock the Skylake, but it'll tell me if the onboard graphics are working and what's going on with it. And I can use it like that until I decide what to do. This board is driving me crazy. Ciao. Okay, we got some 70 proof rubbing alcohol, and we got a special lid-free CPU rag that's been used about 100 times on 100 different CPUs over the years. And let's get this guy cleaned up if we can. Some guys use brake cleaner. I don't feel that comfortable with that. Jeez. It's all over the sides too. Yeah. Apply liberally. Yeah. Almost too liberal. Bring this down a little bit. That's what's nice about alcohol. It evaporates very nicely. It's very cooperative with electronics. Alright, I'll get that out of there and clean the rest of it up. And I'll pack this other stuff up, original boxes, and then get the other machine over here. So we got her out. When you remove these from Intel, you got to come straight up because those pins are in the socket, 1151, any of those sockets. So I'm being paranoid because it's been acting weird. I checked all the pins, nothing's bent or out of place. So I got to find the cap for that, the protector, and put it all back in the original boxes. All right, be back. Okay, guys, we got the socket protector on there. I got to grab these bolts over here and this back plate for the Hyper 212. All right, so I'll do that, and then we'll start to reassemble. So we got all the mounting hardware. That was the biggest pain of the whole thing. These motherboards, when you work on them, the bottom where the solder points are, they're sharp. You know, you always get cut if you mess with them too much. All right, guys, waiting for the storm, waiting to get rid of the sore throat, and getting that other machine and switch these CPUs and see what we got. Hook it up HDMI and see what we got, if anything. So everything goes back where she belongs. We'll pack all this up. It'll be like a brand new thing. So this is all cleaned up nice. It's pride of ownership, you know, just taking care of your stuff. Keep it in the original boxes, because people, when they see that or they buy stuff from you, even if it's used, they see that you care for your stuff and you're careful. Alright, we'll be back. Alright guys, so this is a fully functional system. Hard drive, power supply. So I was thinking of taking this all out, but now I'm thinking I'll just pull the fan, pull the CPU, pop the other CPU and see if it works. And then I'll decide what to do from there. Alright, the things you got to do to figure things out. It's fun. Experimental life. So there goes the cooler. And there goes the $39. I got 39 bucks for a 3850 Celeron. Good chip. 2 cores. But it does everything like streaming. I was building a streaming box for somebody. But let's put in this this old $400 chip, which still goes for about $285, and see how this thing does. Alright guys. So the 3930 Celeron is out, and the i7 6700K is in. That chip costs more than all this stuff. The power supply, the board, everything. But it's a good experiment to be able to see what's going on here. Alright guys. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7:30. The storm's supposed to come at 7 o'clock. And I'm trying to move this tripod over top. Doing a lot of gaming on that machine. On handheld. I'll throw a little bit of thermal paste on there, not too much. Give it a quick test, see what we got. Plug it in HDMI to this monitor. I got a Wi-Fi dongle somewhere. And we'll see if we get an image anyway. BIOS at least. It's got a 1 terabyte drive in there, full power supply. It's got a SD and micro SD card reader on the side built in, plugged into the HDMI port. USB 2 port. It's a nice little box. So okay. So I went easy on the thermal paste. So we'll plug this guy in, and about 2 minutes we'll be ready to go, maybe. And the snow just started lately. We got a storm watch from 7 a.m. this morning till 7 a.m. Thursday. 24 hours. It's supposed to be 12 to 30 inches. So we'll see. So I'm basically locked in. Okay, she's in. We got HDMI and power hooked up. Got a Wi-Fi dongle back there, and I got to put a keyboard dongle over here. Alright. Got to throw some memory in there too. We got her in, HDMI's in, power's in, Wi-Fi dongle in the back. Keyboard dongle's going in the front. Alright, I gotta steal some, I'm just gonna steal 1 stick of 4 gig from somewhere. DDR4. Alright, so we're gonna give it a shot. Let me switch this monitor over to HDMI 30. think that's where I got it. Yeah. Alright. My favorite expression, smoke toast. There we go. Lights up. Fans are up. And let's see if this freaking thing is going to do anything. It shut down and started up again, so, oh, no memory, duh, dummy. I'll be back. So, I stole 4 gigs of memory from one of the machines. So I got 2 slots, so good for testing. So I had to unplug there's no main power switch. And it kept trying to restart, so I had to unplug it. Alright, let's plug this DDR4 in there. The memory is in. Everything else is in. And let's see, she'll post. I'm gonna leave the camera up there, but I can't reach them balanced while I plug in this. I gotta go get the keyboard dongles here. AC power is in. I gotta switch this monitor to back to HDMI 30 because I had another machine on there. Let's input HDMI 30. Let's get the dongle back out of this machine. Keyboard and mouse. I'm rolling on a chair. Alright. Shut down, it's probably going to restart. New memory, new startup, maybe. I may have to update the BIOS to get it to work with this chip, but did it again. Shut off, starting up. Did it again, so I gotta see what's going on. I moved the memory over one slot. I don't think it'll make much difference, but it's worth a try. Actually, I hear the hard drive. Hard drive is racing around. CPU fan is changing speeds. You get a little hard drive. 7200 RPM, 1 terabyte black. I don't know if you can hear it, the fans are changing speed. And the no signal indicator came off the screen. Alright, I'll be back. Well, it took 3 tries, but it came up on VGA. I plugged the VGA, and this monitor is great. It's got VGA, it's got 3 HDMIs, it's got manual audio in. So we got it to post here, so that means that that chip is good. Alright, so let's see what it says here. Let's see what we got. I'll be back. Alright guys, so we got a super chip on a $60 motherboard and a little tiny frame. It's gonna be a killer. Alright guys. Other things, I went to peripherals, and initial display output, it showed what did it show? It showed PCIe 1, which we don't have anything in PCIe 1. So I switched it to IGFX. And that should be let's see if I can figure out where it tells me what we got in there. Alright. I went to easy mode. It shows H110MH BIOS F20. That's what everyone said I had to have version 20. Intel R i7-6700K CPU, 4 GHz, speed 4000, 1.05 meg, 4 gigs of memory. And temperature is good, 38 centigrade. This is very cool. Alright guys. So I'm going to see if I can get HDMI to work. 9:29 in the morning. I probably started this at like 6:45. Not bad. System 1 fan, yeah, CPU fan, shows everything. Temperature's good, 39 centigrade. Could be a little high. Well, BIOS usually runs a little hotter if you notice. Alright. So this is cool. It could be the most powerful little computer you ever saw. As the BIOS was F20 from 11/16/2016, so almost 2017. So that helps. Alright, what was I going to tell you? Oh, the thing with the 110 chipset is you can't overclock. Even though it's a K, I can't overclock it on this motherboard. But that's no problem. I don't even know if this could be like a mini gamer. I don't know what to do with it yet. But definitely we'll see. Alright guys. I made the changes. It's trying to load Windows. It's going to load Windows. So it should be, I'll do a user bench on it. Graphics shouldn't be that good because I think the Intel's a 530 internal. But that's one hell of a chip though. When you do user bench, it says on the Ryzen 5 1600 it says brilliant. On this chip it says outstanding, 95%. The other one's 86%. It's an old chip, but it's a powerhouse. Alright guys, look at this. Unbelievable. Alright, ciao for now. Look at this little guy. CPU ID, Intel Core i7-6700K, Skylake, 95 watt, 1151 LGA socket, 14 nanometer technology, Intel i7-6700 CPU, 4 gigahertz, core voltage is 0.024 quarter volt, 6 family, 6 Model E, blah blah blah, step in revision. Core speed right now about 900 megahertz, multiplied by 9. Level 3. Cool. And I'll show you the mainboard. Mainboard Gigabyte Technology H110M-H.CF. Intel Skylake PCH. Link width times 0. Version 7. Damn, this is going to make a nice... there's room to put a GPU in there too if we want to, because that could be a nice little machine. Graphics, Intel, revision 6. Graphics. That's all it says. Board manufactured Gigabyte Technology. Cool. Now the big test. Let's see if HDMI works. No HDMI yet, but I'm sure we can get it. I'll stay on it. Alright guys, it's been quite an adventure waiting for the snow. Made a nice mess. Really wrecked the place, but that's what it's about. See the difference having this workspace? I can work on 3-4 projects at once. The way I had it before looked nice and was nice, but not practical. Look at those hard drives. That was a good score. Alright guys, I'll be back. So I stopped by Device Manager, and it doesn't show a video controller. It shows it under other devices. It's VGA compatible, but it shows no drivers. So I'm going to load the drivers, and let's see what we got. One of my $8 Wi-Fi dongles in there. Already sees internet, and I'm going to go out and load the drivers online. Okay guys, this is going to be the longest video of small cuts. You know, I'm still working with one arm. Shoulder surgery, motorcycle accident, head trauma, busted hip, pelvis, hip. I'm a mess, but nothing stops me. I'm old, but I'm good. Alright guys, you pick out your device, right click it, look for the drivers, go online. In the old days you had to have discs and drivers, and you know, now you just go online and look for them. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I remember when I used to work on computers, I worked on a PDP-8 mini mainframe. 32K of core memory could take 28 users. Ran OS 8, ran deck tape, had 4 platter hard drives, fixed heads. It had like 60 heads on it, top and bottom. The heads didn't move, the discs would spin. You couldn't shut them down because the disc would float with an air pocket over the head so it wouldn't touch. And when you shut them down, they would crash into the heads. So I made a little invention, a hydraulic little lift that goes under the pole of the motor, which you could see have access to, and it would raise it up so it wouldn't crash. Oh yeah, look, we got Intel Graphics 530. Also the resolution came up nice. Alright guys. Still no HDMI, but the graphics are looking good. So going back in the BIOS, see what we can figure out. Alright guys, I may disappear until I get this right.